It's time for a book haul. Hello, I hope you're well. Today I have a book haul and it's a massive book haul, so I'm going to get through it as quick as I can. I have books that I got secondhand from library sales, from boot sales, and then I have some that I got from free from publishers, which I'll show you at the end. So I'm not going to be able to do the synopsis of all the books because it's going to take a million years. So I'm just going to run through it as quick as I can and give you the plots of some of them. First up, I got 3 Toni Morrison novels, which I was really excited about to get secondhand. I got Sula, Jazz and Beloved. I've already read Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye and I absolutely adored it, so I'm sure I'm going to love these. I know Beloved is about a baby dies and then the baby decides to haunt the house for some reason. So it's haunting the mother, and the grandmother lived in the house but she passes away, and there's a little girl in the house as well. And we don't know how the baby died or why the baby is so angry. We just know it's so angry, so vengeful, and it's haunting the house. And so I'm really excited to get to these. I then got a book from the Monk series. This is Mr. Monk in Outer Space. This is a novel by Lee Goldberg. Monk is actually a TV series as well. It's about a detective who has OCD, and this is the book series of it. So because I like the TV series, I'm thinking I'm going to like this. I have high hopes. I got Stainless by Todd Gribson. It's basically an adult vampire book, but I don't know what it's about. I've only read YA vampire fiction, so I thought it would be interesting to try an adult book. I then got The Shack by W.M. Paul Young. It's about a little girl goes missing, and then there's some evidence in a nearby shack to suggest that she has been brutally murdered, but her body does not turn up. Nobody knows what happens. Then 4 years later, her dad gets a letter from God telling him to go back to the shack because God will be there and he needs to give him some kind of message. I then managed to get 3 classics, which I was really excited about because you don't normally find classics in charity shops, so I was really excited. I got this one, which is by Daniel Defoe. It's Molly Flanders and it's in the Penguin Black Classics edition. I got William Faulkner's As I Lay Dying, and it's in the vintage Red Spine Classics. And I got Jane Joyce's Dubliners, and this is the modern Penguin Classics. I then got Morning by Julian Fane, which is basically a coming of age story about this boy. And then I got My Name Escapes Me by Alec Guinness, and it's the diary of a retiring actor, and it is set in diary format, which I absolutely love diary format, and it's just him telling you about his retiring life. I then got Drive by James Sallis and The Healer by Greg Holinshed. And then last but not least, I got Catherine Fisher's book The Ghost Box and Dawn French's book Dear Fatty, which I absolutely love. Dawn French. I love The Vicar of Dibley so freaking much, and I love Dawn French in interviews and everything like that, and this is just about her life, but it's set in letter form, so each letter is to a different person in her life, and I thought it sounded really interesting. And now I have the books that I got from publishers, so I did not buy these books, just publishers basically sent them to me. If you have a booktube channel or a blog, then you can email publishers and say if you've got any new releases or books you think I'd like, then just send them my way, and they will. So I'm just going to show you what I got from them. I got 2 paperbacks. I got Hello, Goodbye and Everything in Between by Jennifer E. Smith, which kind of seems like a YA. And I got this one, which is called Martini Henry by Sarah Crowe, which I'm thinking is a chick lit, but I'm not sure. It's set in 1998. It's about a woman called Sue. It's in diary format. And she goes to live with her aunt in an ancestral home which is crumbling, and I think her aunt's going to be a bit mad, and it's just her diary of her time there. I then received Lie With Me. This is by Sabine Durant, and this is a proof copy, so the copy, if you wanted to buy it new, is slightly different to this. It has footprints on the front, but because this is proof, they seem to be a lot floppier and bigger. But this seems really interesting. It's about a boy who in his 20s had a lot of literary success. He then spent that money, and now in present day he's going on holiday with his friend Alice to Greece. I believe there's other friends going there and maybe family, and there's a lot of tension there seems. Then added on to this, a few years before, a girl was snatched from the island that they are currently on holiday on, and then I think another child is snatched or something's going to happen like that. So it's kind of like this weird literary fiction thing about this boy and his like troubled relationships, but then also about a child kidnapping or like some kind of attack. It seems really interesting, and it's so short. I don't know how they're going to get to all of it, but it seems really cool. And lastly, I received 2 hardbacks. I got this one, which is called A 1 in a Million Boy by Monica Wood, and the inside pages are actually really beautiful, so I'll show you them. to them, but that looks stunning. Basically it's about this boy. He's a Boy Scout and he's doing this lady's kind of front lawn or whatever. He's helping this elderly lady out in some way. The boy then, I think, is going to die and his dad takes on his responsibility. So the boy said he would help this lady with her yard and his dad is going to honour that boy by doing that for him. I started reading the beginning of it and it seemed so good. Basically, when it starts, I think the boy is dead and his dad has just come to this lady's house and she's like, what the hell are you doing here? Where's that Boy Scout? Oh, I knew he wouldn't come up. Nobody ever. It's like, she's kind of a spinster and she seems like she's had a really hard life. And she's like, no one ever cares about me and all this. Obviously she's ranting at this man, but she doesn't realise that this man's son's died and it's the son that she's talking about. And she seems like the woman in, if you've seen the film Pollyanna, there's a really miserable lady in that. Or if you've seen the film Driving Miss Daisy, these kind of old ladies who everyone's kind of not treated very well and they're kind of by themselves and they're really bitter. She seems like that and it seems like a stunning book. So I'm really excited. It's really, really easy to read as well. I then got this one, which is Noah Hawley's Before the Fall. And this is about, there is an aeroplane crash and the only two people that survives are this man and this little boy. And when they come and get rescued and go back to their mainland and where they're from and everything, there's this big media storm around them and this boy is now an orphan because his family were on the plane and they're now dead, and there's a conspiracy as to what happened on the plane and why the plane actually crashed and that it wasn't actually an accident and who was actually involved within it. It seems really interesting. I really like the cover as well with these kind of waves. They're very, very beautiful. So I'm excited to get to this. And that's it. That's all the books in the haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me if you've read any of these or if any of these sound interesting to you. And I'll see you again soon for another video. Fun fact, I actually made this pumpkin. You might remember it from my Halloween reads video. It wasn't as good as this and I hadn't put the eyes and stuff in, but this is a paper mache pumpkin. Sorry, what was that? Oh, you don't care? Oh. Well, oh. You want me to? Okay. Okay, bye. Bye. Let's leave, Anna. Let's leave.